Let's vibe, let's roll, let's get it. Whoa, shawty showing out, throwing on the dance floor. Fashion killer, huh? You don't give a fuck what a nigga gotta say or a bitch. What?
Hey you guys, it's Naimahrae. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and join the fam because we stay litty over here. And if you're a returning viewer, hi, how are you guys doing on this actually very, very gloomy day? It's raining outside. It's been raining all day. Your girl kind of just want to get up in the bed and watch a movie, which makes the perfect thing for this video. Y'all see what I did there? Y'all see what I did there? As you guys can tell by the title of this video, your girl is back with another binge-worthy TV show video. I do these like every 6 months on my channel because let me tell y'all something. Your girl is an avid binge watcher, okay? And I be finding the hidden gems. I am willing to watch the shows that you not too sure about. I'll watch it and let you know if you should watch it. I've been deep in my show bag lately. I done got some recommendations from my coworkers, my friends, and my family. Shout outs to all of y'all. I will definitely mention you if I remember who put me on to what. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this video. All right, so starting off strong with number 1, we have Supercell, which is on Netflix. So pretty much Supercell is about like, y'all, I've been kind of in my superhero bag lately too. It's about these people who just randomly find out that they have powers, right? And it has something, first of all, they're all black. And I think it has something to do with sickle cell running in their family, like at some point, but they all find out that they have powers. And this one guy, he could like, I guess he could like jump to the future and jump back. And he keeps seeing like glimpses of things that's like gonna happen. So he be trying to stop it. And like everybody kind of got their own little situation going on because each of them, like when they find out they have their powers, they start using them in their everyday life, like to deal with what they got going on, you know what I'm saying? Actually, it ends up getting like really deep because all these people end up coming together for like a bigger thing because there's these people that's like experimenting. You know, they always got somebody trying to experiment. It's been a minute since I watched it, but I do know it was really good. It only has 1 season. It's only on Netflix. And it was, I recommend it. If you're into like the whole superhero situation, 100% recommend. I don't think it's the most appropriate for kids. Definitely not a kid appropriate show. It's giving more like teenagers and up, so just that as a warning. But yeah, if you're into like the superhero villain type situation, the world maybe type ending situation, that's definitely 100% for you. Give it a few episodes, you'll get into it, you'll like the storyline, and you'll go fall in love because that's exactly what happened to me. I binge watched it while I was taking down my braids one time. I did. I sat there and I was eating it up. So the next show is Your Honor, and my cousin actually put me onto this one. I was skeptical about watching it. Netflix kept recommending it to me. I was like, I don't know. And this one's actually on Netflix, Prime, Hulu, Paramount Plus, and a few other streaming services. So just so y'all know, I decided that now I'm going to try to let you guys know where you can watch the show if it's not just located on Netflix. So pretty much Your Honor is about this guy. He's a judge and his son does a hit and run. Follow me, guys, follow me. He's a judge and his son does a hit and run. But who he does a hit and run on is this huge like drug family's like son. So it becomes a thing. The judge is like kind of caught between doing the right thing and just telling his son like, okay, like you got to turn yourself in and here's what we're going to do. But also like protecting his son because like you just ran over and killed a drug lord's kid. It's really, really, really good. It's a limited series, so I think it only has like, it has 2 seasons? 1 season. I don't remember, but it's very short and to the point. 10 out of 10 recommend. It was a really good series. Had a lot of good plot twists in it that you didn't see coming. And like y'all, it just like, it's one of those shows where you're kind of gonna get a little upset. You're kind of gonna get a little mad. You're gonna be like, bro, like come on. All this could have been avoided. All this could have been avoided if this didn't happen, if this didn't happen. It's like a chain reaction show. So definitely recommend it. It's not for everybody. It's a little on the gory side. So if you're not a gory person, you know, you're not blood and injuries and stuff like that, I do not recommend. Definitely would recommend for like, I mean, some teenagers may be into this stuff, but late teens and up. Not kid friendly at all, not even in the slightest. The show is crazy and it has a definite ending, so you're not sitting there wondering like, oh, when's the next season coming out? Oh, I feel like the ending wasn't complete. Da, 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 da. Like it has a definite ending, so you will probably be satisfied with the ending. Was I satisfied with the ending? So definitely recommend if you're bored and you're looking for like a thriller type situation with a little bit of gore in it to watch. 10 out of 10, you know what I'm saying? Next one I have is Lost. Now, I feel like a lot of people probably already know what Lost is. It was on, I think, ABC for however many amount of years because it has 6 seasons? 6. How many? Hold on. It has 6 seasons and they're all hour-long episodes. So if you're looking for something to keep you occupied, Lost is where it's at. You can find it on Netflix and Hulu. And it's pretty much about this plane that just gets lost. Now hear me out. They get stranded on an island. And if you know me and you've been watching these binge-worthy shows for me, like for a minute, I like any movie or show or anything that has to do with a beach. Like, I'm gonna watch it because like then I feel like I'm vicariously there. You know, I just like beaches. I like the vibe. You know what I'm saying? So they get stuck on like this island, but the island's kind of weird. Like there's something weird about the island, of course. So it's kind of like a sci-fi survival type situation. And of course it dives into each like of the main characters' lives. I think there's like, probably like 5 or 6 main characters. There's kind of a lot of main characters, but it kind of dives into each of their lives and like what they were doing before they crashed on this island. It gets really crazy. It gets so deep into it. Now, I will say the later seasons, you're probably going to be like, all right, where are we going with this? Because honestly, how it ended, I wasn't expecting. Like, I feel like it was one of those shows that probably ran its course probably around like season 4 and they kept it going and it was just like, okay, this is starting to get out of hand. But I saw it all the way through. I definitely recommend if you're looking for something to do and, you know, like, I mean, it's 6 seasons, hour-long episodes. It's gonna keep you occupied for a minute, okay? It's not gory or anything. It's just very sci-fi based. So if that's not your thing, then you probably won't like it. Sci-fi drama, because they got a lot of drama in there. It's not really scary either. I don't really think it's for kids. I mean, a kid can watch it with you if you want to, but it's not like super inappropriate or anything. So I guess it's a bit appropriate for all ages. I actually enjoyed the time that I was watching Lost. I was eating it up. I just think I really liked the island scenes. I think that's what it was. Apparently they filmed it in Hawaii. Fun fact. I had to look it up because I wanted to know if the island was real. Anyway, so the next show I have on my list is Missing You, which is a limited series, and I think it was in my last one. It was called Fool Me Once. It's by the same person who made Fool Me Once. Now, Missing You was so good, y'all. It was so good. It was like a mystery thriller drama situation. So this woman, she meets this guy, they get engaged, you know, they fall in love, yada yada, whatever, right? He disappears, nowhere to be found. Okay, so at this point, I think it's just been some years or something, and she's like, okay, fine, I'll try my hand at dating again. She gets on a dating app. Why his picture up there? She like, wait a minute, I thought we was finished, but they wasn't finished. So she, hey, like, I remember you, da 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 da, and they're going back and forth. And then she finally starts to realize, oh, maybe this isn't him. Because he not talking the same, he not remembering some things they used to do, whatever, right? So it's giving like borderline catfish. So then it makes her dive in to the mystery of her dad's murder. Because her dad was murdered. And it becomes a whole thing. There is a huge plot twist in this show. I'm not gonna say what it is. It's one of those shows that you truly have to watch. But if you watch Fool Me Once, you will definitely 100% enjoy Missing You. Like, everything about that show was so good. It was so good. Not for everybody, like I said, because it's like a mystery, thriller, drama situation. So it might scare you a little bit. If that's not your thing, then that's not your thing. Definitely recommend for like teenagers and up. But y'all, I was eating this show up. It's a limited series, so if you don't know what that means, it has a definite ending. It's only 1 season. Like, there's never going to be another season. Like, they have a solid beginning, middle, and end that will be of satisfaction, hopefully, to you. Honestly, the ending of it had my jaw on the floor. I was just like, oh, this is crazy. Definitely recommend, especially for all my mystery girlies and thriller girlies and guys, if you guys like that type of stuff. Go ahead and go watch that, Missing You, on Netflix. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how this popped up on my Netflix. I don't know how it popped up on my Netflix, but it was heavily recommended to me on my Netflix thing. So I was like, oh my gosh, let me just watch it because it sounded interesting. It's called The Sisters Feud, or Las Hermanas Guerrera. I hope I said that right. Your girl's trying to learn her Spanish still. I have no words for this show. It's a telenovela. First of all, I did not know it was a telenovela until I started getting into like maybe like the second or third episode, and I realized how ridiculously dramatic it was. And I was like, this is crazy. So pretty much it's about these two sisters and one of them is about to get married, right? Okay. And the day of her wedding, she finds her husband, her future husband, sleeping with her husband. I don't know if they were married yet or not, or if they had, having intercourse with her sister. All hell breaks loose from there. The sister who was the bride, I don't remember their names, that she was absolutely insane. She absolutely hates her sister. Hates everything that has to do with her sister. Does not want to deal with her sister at all. And y'all, honestly, I don't even know how to talk about it without giving it away, but just know, the sister does some really crazy things to her other sister who was sleeping with her husband, and the other sister who was sleeping with the husband, she had to go off grid, you know what I'm saying? But then she you know what? No, I want to come back on grid. She finds out some information that she need to go back on grid, you know what I'm saying? So she come back around, and the sister who was the bride, who has the cheating husband, she stayed with that man. She stayed with him. I don't know why. I don't know why. He was a weakling throughout the whole series, but whatever. She stayed with him, and she's now running an oil company, or mining oil, something like that. Y'all, the whole thing just gets really, really insane. I can't really explain it without giving it away, but the show moves so quickly and it's so dramatic. If you do not like dramatic shows, this is not for you. It's also not for everybody because, like I just said, it's a telenovela. I watched it with the English dubbed over it. It doesn't matter to me if, their words don't match, their mouth or whatever. That doesn't bother me, but I know that bothers some people. But yeah, I watched it in English. I probably should have watched it in Spanish, considering that I'm trying to learn Spanish. I did try with a couple episodes, but I needed to know what was happening. There were so many, I feel like there was a plot twist in every episode. I also will say once again, there are some trigger warnings in that show, and I wish they would have put them at the beginning. They did not. There are some trigger warnings literally in the first and second episode, just so you are aware, there is a trigger warning right there. It's not for everybody, like I said. Not everybody's gonna like it. Definitely an adult show, 100% for a mature audience, you know what I'm saying? One of those shows you also have to pay attention to, but it'll keep you occupied for a little bit. I think it has 30 episodes. It's one whole thing. I don't think they're ever going to have a second season. It kind of had a definite ending, which is fine. That was my first telenovela watch. I was okay, period. If another one came out like that, I'll probably tune in, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, definitely recommend if you don't mind the Spanish shows and you want a little drama, mystery, craziness, all wrapped in one, little action, and a little bit of everything. We love that. Okay, next is Arcane. So Arcane is an anime, I think. It's based on a video game, but I have no idea how to describe it to you guys. I really don't. Not a singular clue how to describe it without giving the entire show away. So all I'm gonna say is it's pretty much about these two sisters, and I think their parents died, so this guy takes them in, and they're somewhere, and the guy ends up getting killed, the guy that was essentially their father figure, and really it's kind of on the younger sister as to why he got killed. So from there, the older sister and younger sister, they kind of grow up very differently because they were raised very differently, because I think the younger sister ended up getting taken in by the people who were trying to kill the father figure, and it just becomes a whole thing. But y'all, this series was so good, and I feel like I'm so late to the party because one of my friends tried to put me onto this, and I was no, it doesn't seem like my cup of tea. But I got bored enough, and I was let me just go ahead and watch it, because it keeps popping up. It kept popping up in my recommended, talking about, you'll love this, you'll love this, you'll love this. Let's see if I love it for real. I did. I loved it, absolutely. Actually, I think one of the characters, Jinx, is on my iPad background. So I definitely recommend it. Don't know how to describe it. I really just recommend watching the trailer and seeing if it's for you. It's not for everybody, obviously, but that show itself was just really good. Now the ending, I'm not gonna lie, it got a little weird. I hate when I feel shows could have a better ending, but they was dragging it and then turned it into something else. You know what I'm saying? It could have had a better ending. That's just my take on it. But the animations, the storyline, everything about it was just really, really, really good. I 100% recommend this for anybody to watch. It's appropriate enough for kids to watch, I think. Jinx was my favorite character. That's my girl, because one thing she gonna do, she was a little crazy. She had a few screws loose, but she was on go, and I love that about her. So You just gotta watch it. If you watched it, let me know in the comments down below. How would you describe it to people? Please, because I'm having a hard time, clearly. Oh, and this one is also on Netflix and Prime. I don't know if I said that. So the next one is Cassandra, which is on Netflix. It's based in Germany. I think that they're speaking a different language. I'm like pretty positive. So I had it dubbed in English. Once again, if that type of stuff bothers you, that the words don't match up to the lips, then maybe it's not for you. It's like a thriller show. Nasim and I decided to start watching it, and I ended up continuing it and finishing it. It's pretty much about this family. They move into like this smart home that was built in like, I think like the 70s or something. And like, there's like a lady that's like built in with the home. Her name is Cassandra. And she's pretty much like the house aide or whatever. And then it starts to unravel that she's a little crazy because she's based on like an actual human who used to live there. And so she doesn't want to be alone. She's trying to take over the family that then moved in. And it just becomes like a whole thing. But like there's a lot of plot twists in it. And it's just, it's interesting. It's kind of a thriller, a little bit of a drama. A few trigger warnings are definitely in it. I don't recommend it for everybody. No, I don't. Probably for a more mature audience. It was an interesting show. I didn't love it, but I also didn't hate it. But it was just like one of those shows that every time the episode ended, you just had to know what happened next. Like, because they would always end it on a cliffhanger. I think it's only one season. It's a limited series, I think. So it has a definite ending. It's like beginning and end. So you'll be satisfied with the ending. But it was interesting. So next on my list is The Umbrella Academy, which is on Netflix. I feel like I'm a little late to the party on this one too, but I actually really love this series. Like, I was eating it up. Clearly, I have been in like a thriller, drama, mystery type situation, but this one is like superpower situation. It's based on like a comic. It has all, I think 4 seasons. It's either 3 or 4 seasons are up on Netflix. You can watch the whole thing. So that's what I did. And the episodes, they were so good. I was eating it up. They had me hooked. So pretty much it's about these kids, and like these women got pregnant with these kids just randomly, right out of nowhere. Like they started the day, they were not pregnant, and then they birthed the baby before the end of the day. It was very weird, very odd. But all these kids had different like abilities, and 7 of them got adopted by this really rich guy who trained them to be like superheroes, right? And so while he's training them, it kind of goes through their childhood. Like they obviously have differences because each kid is different, and like each ability is different, and eventually they just become estranged as adults. So they come together as adults because the guy who raised them, who is their dad, had passed away. And them coming together, like they're unlocking different secrets and they're finding out different things. And then they also find out that the world is ending and they got to figure out how to stop it. And that's pretty much like the basis of the series. Like the world is always ending and they're trying to figure out how to stop it. Now, I really love the show. Did I love the ending like of the entire series? No, I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. I actually almost cried. I was like, what is this? I'm so upset. But it's fine. It's fine. I definitely recommend it. It is appropriate for all ages. It's a good show. It has a good like comedy part to it too. I guess it's kind of sci-fi because the world ending and the superpower part, so if that's not your scene, that's not your scene, but it's definitely appropriate for all ages, maybe kids with parental supervision. But yeah, it was a good series. I definitely recommend you give it a watch, especially if you are looking for something that you don't have to wait for another season to come out. That one will keep you occupied. I think, like I said, it's 3 or 4 seasons. I'm holding up the wrong numbers. 3 or 4 seasons. So, and their episodes are about like 45 minutes. I thought it was a fun watch. It was good. I definitely recommend it for anybody. It was really fun to watch. The last one I have on my list is Yellow Jackets. Now, my coworker told me to watch this, okay? And I was skeptical about it because I kept seeing it pop up. And it was kind of right up my alley. Netflix kept heavily recommending it to me because it was like, oh, we think you'll love this, because it was about people getting stuck on an island and having to survive, which I was like, okay, well, this sounds similar to Lost and a bunch of other shows I have watched before. That's probably why they're like, oh, you'll love this. Like, girl, calm down on me. Calm down on me. So I want to know how to survive. Pipe down. So I was skeptical about it because I was like, I don't know if I would like it, But my coworker convinced me to watch it. Now, before I get into what I think, this show is literally everywhere. It's on Netflix, it's on Paramount Plus, it's on Hulu, it's on Prime, and more. Netflix only has 1 season. The show has 3 seasons total, and I think they got renewed for a 4th. I'm not 100% sure. If you want to watch all the seasons, I ended up getting Paramount Plus so I could watch it, which I canceled because their app is just not user-friendly. Just want to throw that out there. All the seasons are also on Prime, but you got to pay for them. Who want to do that? Yellow Jackets is essentially about this team, this soccer team, and I think it's like based in the 90s. It's this girls soccer team. They won some championship, so they was traveling to go to play in the championship. On their way there, the plane crashes on an island. This island is just very, very weird, okay? This island is weird, and they end up being stuck there, and they just have to find ways to survive. Now, this show is not for everybody. It is not for everybody. Honestly, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. Watching the first episode, I was not sure if it was for me. It is very gory. It is very dark. But it also has like kind of a humor aspect to it. And I will say in the later seasons, it gets a little bit more, like the tone gets a little more lighthearted, a little bit. But it's not for everybody. I was questioning whether I should keep watching it after I saw like the first scene of the first episode. I was like, what the hell does my coworker have me watching? I did not watch this show at night. I will say that. It's 100% a thriller. 100% a thriller. Don't recommend watching it at night, especially if you scare easily. If you scare easily, this series is not for you. If you like scary movies and stuff, like this will probably be right up your alley. But I definitely don't recommend this series for everybody. It's definitely a mature audience only because, y'all, the things they was doing on that island, to survive. If you watch the show, please leave a comment down below and let me know your thoughts. I need to know. It does flash between like the people on the island and like present day. So obviously, you know, they got off. You just don't know when and how, but it flashes between like some of the main characters, like present day lives, like, you know, who they're married to now, their career, what they're doing now, and like how they're kind of navigating life after that very traumatic experience of being trapped on an island for God knows how long. I don't know how else to describe that show without giving it away. I just want to give a lot of warnings that the show is not for everybody because I was questioning whether it was for me. However, I was telling my coworker, because we were talking about it the other day, I was like, it's one of those shows that's so weird, so crazy, just so off the wall that you just be watching it like, what is going on? And then the episode's end and you like, but I need to know what happens next. And you just click it and you just watch it. Like I said, it's not for everybody. It's definitely not for everybody. But if you can make it through and you can watch it, I 100% recommend. That's all that I got so far. I'm gonna try to get my next one up probably around November, December. We'll see. It really just depends on if they drop in some gems or not. Lately, they've been slacking. They haven't been dropping no good shows. Although I have discovered one and I'm almost done with it, but that will be in my next binge-worthy TV shows. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys have watched any of these shows down in the comments below. I love to talk about a good show, just like I love to talk about a good book, you know what I'm saying? So let me know in the comments down below if you've watched any of these. Let me know your thoughts. Let's discuss, especially if you watched Yellow Jackets. I need your thoughts on Yellow Jackets, guys. Please make sure you guys leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Follow me on all my social media, which is always in the description box down below. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.
I want a chick that grind on a 9 to 5. Oh, she in them college books trying to get a rise. But tonight, I'm just trying to have a good